Yeah, what up, what up, what up?
Thank you.
Welcome to the Shizzo
Oh Lord.
for
Happy
Shizzo.
Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday, folks. It is a fantastic Friday. Happy birthday to my brother Pete
Happy
Reed.
birthday, Pete.
Give him a shout out on his B Dizzle for Shizzle today.
It's
Welcome.
hot.
It is hot outside. It's what the fuck you say about my mama outside. That's the
It's
temperature.
hot. It's hot.
Yeah, hot.
Mhm.
Yeah, hot.
Welcome to Venom and Vision, the podcast where we keep it real about life, love, and everything in between. We are your hosts, John and Erin.
That's right.
And around here, we're not afraid to talk about the sweet, the messy, and the truth most people avoid.
Scared.
So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. What we talking about today?
Versus cheer.
Why is my cup bigger? There you go.
Somebody in the region, Cajun.
Non-alcoholic.
Mm, yeah.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Nice and warm now.
Nice and hot.
Nice and hot.
Oh.
Yeah, hot.
So what are we talking about today?
All right, so
Since it's men's what?
mental health month.
Mental health month. We totally missed women's mental health month.
Yes, we
But I
did.
think that it's women's mental health day every day. No, but last month was mental health month for women. So I guess we'll try to sneak in a time.
Yeah, next week we can do
We'll
something more
dive in.
women centered.
Or we can just dive into it a little bit today. You know. No?
We'll see.
Oh.
May not be on the agenda, site.
Okay. Oh.
Of course we can.
I don't have my glasses on. But
so what we're talking about today is a men's mental health, and how it's essential to the marriage, and what women can do as wives, girlfriends, partners to support that mental health in all aspects, and what could happen if you don't.
So what made you come up with this topic?
It being Men's Mental Health Month, and you know, roaming the TikTok streets and various panels, I hear there are a lot of men that are hurting, and they don't have a way to vent or be able to release some of that pain and some of that hurt and some of those anxieties, and some of those fears. You know, and I think it's very important, especially if he's in a marriage or a relationship or even a father or son, just being able to navigate himself, to be able to navigate in a role as a leader, um, especially if he's leading the home. You have to have, you know, your mental in a place where you can take on the things that your family is going to require of you as a leader of the house.
Okay, so first we talk about why men's mental health in marriages get overlooked. What do they? And why? Do you feel that they do?
I think there is some validity in that, in that thought process of why, men's, um, mental health gets overlooked. I think it has a lot to do with, you know, the fact that one, he's supposed to just be able to take it. He's supposed to take the brunt of everything that happens in the house. If it's going well, or if it's going bad, it's look to him. They look to him,
Mhm.
especially if it's bad. If it's going bad, or the structure is and foundation isn't solid,
Mhm.
they immediately look towards him. See, so men are often scrutinized to solve problems instead of express emotion. So it's hard for him to be able to say, "Hey, listen, babe, I'm scared. I feel less than a man. Um, I have concerns about this, or what you said made me feel this way." And especially if he has nowhere to go to, or she hasn't made
No
it,
outlets.
she hasn't made it a safe place for him, to be able to, you know, get some of that off of him. Because when a man wants a provider, a man who really wants to provide, when he walks out the door, he has to fight the whole world, especially us black men. He has to fight the entire world, to get the necessary respect that is due, to even get a little bit of respect. And then sometimes he has to take disrespect in order to provide for his family.
Mhm.
And and it wears on him. He has to be able to take it though. And it makes it hard for him to come home and not have a safe place to put his burdens down, or to take his shield off and his sword for fighting off the world. And the first thing out of his lady's mouth is, he doesn't want to have that, you know, be the first thing that he has to do when he comes home. Is worry about immediately what's going on in the house.
Mhm.
What do you think? Why do you think men's health get over?
I think it gets overlooked because of the fact that the man sets the tone in the household. And so with the woman trying to fall into her role as wife and doing all of the things that she does, it's kind of easy to kind of get lost in that and just feel like, oh, he's okay. He's all he does is work, 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 work. Or um, I mean, I think it's important for marriages or couples to just have coming together moments, and where both of you are checking on each other. But I think, yeah, life can actually just set in, and the men's mental health is just like it can be not prioritized.
I agree with that. Um, I think many husbands feel pressure to remain stable financially, emotionally, sexually, and spiritually, and that can put a lot of pressure on them as well. Because if he's lacking in any one of those categories, it can cause a rift in the home. So he has to be able to have all his ducks in a row in that fashion, or he's looked at as less, um, by a lot of people, by society. You just think about it. If if financially we hit a bump and we may need to borrow some money, they're not going to look at you or the woman as, you know, much as they be like, well, she got a husband, she got a man. Why
Right.
the fuck is she
Mhm.
asking? Why is she asking for money?
Mhm.
You know, look at him. What is he not doing? You know what I mean? There's like, what can he do? He can't be flawed. You know what I mean? In certain areas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just when we was reconciling, the first thing everybody thought was I messed up and you let me come back.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? At the bank, at the church. Like I'm like, shit.
You felt put on the spot.
No, I just felt like It wasn't
Like,
even. I felt like it's an immediate. I did something wrong. You know what I mean? Like I'm the villain. I have
mhm,
to. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because at church there was a man that said it.
mhm.
It's like nigga, what?
I say that because he was a person.
Yeah, but that's I looked at him like, "What?"
But I get it. I get it. Um, I don't know. It's man versus woman at that point
And
because
it shouldn't be man versus woman at any point. That's the problem. Right now, it's such a separation. There's everything is meant to separate us. It's not much bringing us together. You know what I mean?
as a culture, yeah. But um, that's why it's important to talk about these things inside of the marriage. And then at that point, you don't have to worry about what anybody else outside of the marriage thinks or says. We have an understanding.
Mm-hmm.
We know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck what everybody else say.
See, another reason I think that men's mental health is overlooked is because marriages can become transactional when emotional check-ins disappear. You check on them and see how he's feeling emotionally. Don't just say how you doing. Say how you doing. How you feeling emotionally? How you feeling mentally? How was your week mentally? How are your emotions about the week? How did that make you feel? What's going on with you emotionally? Now he may not even give it all to you at once, but the fact that you asked is letting him know it's giving him the thought of safety in those areas. If you're asking him how he's doing mentally, asking him how he's feeling emotionally, and really want to know, um, you know, what is going on with him inside his head, because I'm not taking away anything from what a woman is supposed to carry.
Mhm.
We don't do that around these parts. But I think more often than not, what a man has to carry is overlooked. Uh, by and large, in society. Think about how they do Mother's Day and
Mhm.
how big Mother's Day is. And when Father's Day come here, we got these lawnmowers
Mhm.
and we got these ties. Get this for dad. We got a smoker. All of that shit requires him to do the work.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? What's the shit for him to just relax? Can dad get a fucking
Like
hammock?
what?
Can dad get a hammock?
Uh,
Can dad get something for him to relax? See, and then when you say like what, that even further
no,
lets me know.
because if wait, no, 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 no. Most of the time, like just like I asked you, I asked you what you wanted.
I wanted strippers and balloons.
That's not
Well,
happening.
there it is. She don't care about me.
So
She don't
you're
care
not.
about me.
You want a massage? You want like a massage from somebody else?
No, you are a fucking
Exactly.
professional.
You want me to do it?
You're a professional. You know exactly what you're doing. You're not gonna do it any other different. You're gonna do it way different than they are because you know me. You know exactly where to put your hands at.
So you would never go to
For
like a
what?
massage
You went
envy?
to school
What if
for
we
it.
went to go get a couples massage?
That's something different. But for me to get a massage,
But then it'll
ma'am,
be like, oh, I ain't no man massaging me.
that's right. It's gonna be two
And then
girls
I'm gonna be
massaging
like,
both of us.
no.
Yes, it is. That's what it's gonna be.
I don't think that we're ever going to get a
That's correct. Yeah.
unless maybe they're old
Yeah.
and Asian. No. No.
Not Asian, because then it'll be
Russian?
they'll be trying to
You
do
want
happy ending. Vladimir and no, I
you
want
want Inga to do it?
yeah, Inga could put a crack that shit about.
She'll broke your back.
I bet I feel brand new, and she'll be a chiropractor at the same time. Put your hands down.
Turn over.
Turn your ass over. Lay down. Be still. Ain't God knows what she's doing.
Oh.
Grab your thighs and squeeze the hell out of them. Make your toes go numb.
Mm.
Um, so like, but for real, men may not always say I'm struggling. You know what I mean? And it may show up as irritability, withdrawal, working more, emotional numbness,
Well, you're pretty good at
anger, shutting down intimacy.
expressing those things.
Yeah, I do. I mean, but it wasn't always that way. You know what I
When
mean? You know how many times I put a fucking hole in a wall or hole in a door because I didn't really know how to. I didn't feel like I had a safe place to land my emotions.
mm,
So I ran and put a fucking hole. There was holes in doors, holes in walls. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like I had a safe place. There's also an increase in alcohol, gaming, porn, or distraction behaviors. You know what I mean? Like those are things that men go through when they don't know how to say they're struggling. Because even if he may communicate certain things, there's certain things he's still afraid to.
mhm.
You know what I mean? That because he doesn't know if you know how to take it or take or understand where he's coming from. You know what I mean? To give him the necessary support he needs in that
Yeah, but
moment.
how would you know if you don't try?
It could have been because he's tried in other areas or in other ways, and it went in one ear out the other, or she used it against him in certain areas. You know what I mean? Well, that's why you feel this way, and things of that nature. What's up, Micah? Um, you know, uh, a man, like I said, a man takes his vulnerability, like a woman takes the sanctity of her body. We have to be. He has to feel safe enough to be emotionally naked with you, just like you have to be feel safe to be physically naked with him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of women don't understand the level of safety he needs to be able to communicate how he really feels, to be able to get off in his head and out of his heart what he needs to say or how he's feeling about something.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I think, the role of the wife, you know, without making her responsible for fixing him.
That's a heavy subject.
Yeah, I think, and see, I think, I
Because
think,
a lot of women think that that's their job, and it's not. So it's kind of mm, it's kind of like, okay, well, how much emotion do you need to let out before it's time to say, okay, well, maybe you need some therapy?
see, I'll say this. The wife is not a therapist, a rescuer, or emotional caretaker for everything. But she can influence whether the marriage feels emotionally safe.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? She has that strength. She has that ability to be able to make him, or you ever heard of the expression "soothe the savage beast"?
Hmm.
She has the ability to do that. She
Right.
also has the ability to destroy. A woman's words and her femininity has the ability to build that man or destroy that man. She has the ability to make him safe, make him feel safe, or make him feel unsafe. But she herself already has to have had the requisite come to Jesus moment with herself, the accountability with herself, and has been able to hold herself accountable for her own personal growth in order to be there, to be his safety net, to be a place for him to be able to relinquish some of his things. So this is what
Right.
questions I want ladies to ask themselves and their husbands. Does your husband feel emotionally safe being weak around?
Can your husband be weak around you? Hmm. That's a lot. That's a deep question because a lot of women take weakness as a a flaw that they just don't want to deal with.
You were hardcore at one time.
Huh?
That was you. And you
I have an explanation.
it was a cold piece.
I was cold
Cold piece of
because
what?
yes, I was cold because I saw something, and it was the fact that you weren't seeing it. So I felt like I saw something in you, like I don't know, I'm trying to think of an analogy. It's kind of it's just a deep subject.
I'll say
Um,
I'll say this to that before you finish. I don't mean to cut you off, but and this goes for men too. You can't see. I'll say it like this. You can't make someone else see for them what you see for them if they
mhm,
see something else for themselves.
right. And that's what it was, I think, because it was still in the back of my mind that I could change something about you. And that wasn't my job. It's not my job to do. So it's like now, like I said, that time apart was much needed because now it's like if you see a difference, like how extra patient I am about certain things that before I would have been like a little
Uh,
uptight about.
No, don't get me wrong. Your
Um,
growth personally has been spectacular. It's leaps and bounds. Excuse me.
mhm.
It's leaps and bounds where it was. I mean,
I
it's
see
still
growth in both of us.
absolutely
I see growth in both of us. And like I said, it was for myself, I had to experience certain things outside of the marriage, and have certain moments to myself to realize like you can't change not one person in this world other than you.
correct. Put an exclamation point on that.
You can't. You can't change nobody, not your mama, not your daddy, not your kids, not your husband, not your boyfriend, not your sister, not your brother. Nobody. You cannot change anyone
So what do you
but
think?
yourself.
So what do you think a woman can do to make her husband feel emotionally safe to be able to come to her uh, with how he's feeling?
Have conversations, ask questions about how he's feeling about certain things. If he expresses something, maybe have an open conversation about it so he can elaborate more. Um, even the providing a comfortable dwelling can do that. Being comfortable in the home is going to help you relax and open up and be a little bit vulnerable.
What do you think? What do you think is needed if he says, if you ask him how he's feeling and he says, I'm good, he wants to leave it there? What do you think? What would you do with that?
All I can do is leave it there. I can just be like, you sure? But I'm not gonna just try to drag it out.
Good answer. Because there are some women that would immediately be like, "Yeah, I can tell you're not good, this, and this, and try
Hmm.
to pry it out of them. And then what you'll get in return is the aggression you started the conversation.
Hmm.
And now he's clicking off, and now you don't understand why he's doing that. You have to exercise patience in certain areas, especially that one, because he, like I said, him being weak and vulnerable, he doesn't want to be there with anybody because he can't be that outside the house. He can't be uh, uh, unarmed
Hmm.
outside the house in society. He has to be ready to murder, death, kill everything in all aspects. And at work, he has to be super assertive to make sure he can get to the next phase of work. Even going to the grocery store, he has to make sure that he is steadfast and he got his back straight and he's walking with purpose and his eyes have to have purpose in them. And he can't do he can't lay his sword and shield down at home. It's bad news. Um, you know. So another question I have that I want anybody to ask their ladies and fellas, you can ask yourself this and ask her: can he fail without being shamed?
Can he fail without being shamed? He should be able to. He should be able to just make a mistake
But can he?
without the extra shit.
I agree. He should be able to. But do you think that right now, the way things are in society, that's the case?
No. And in most situations, no. And our situation is different. But
Now,
uh-huh.
now, but
Not it, no. You know why? Because I say this. I always told you, even before, even if you like from a financial standpoint, if you were to lose your job, if you ain't got it, I got it. That would be the same case now.
the
If
the
you,
the, the difference is then and now is you would get tired of having it if I didn't immediately get back to it.
but not that. It's not that I would be
You
tired of the same stuff happening over and over again. Yes,
but this what I'm saying.
that's what I was.
It'll be how long do I have to do this for? Because if I'm looking for work or or like say let's say he gets hurt or something of that nature, how long am I going to have to hold it in the road until he gets
I
it
don't
back
think
together?
that's a problem with us.
Not
I
now.
don't think it
But
was.
see, this is what I'm saying. We're not just talking about us. We're talking about by and
Outside.
large, yeah, outside. I mean, we can relate it to us, but not everybody has the what we have. So we are talking about the people that don't.
Oh, well, yeah.
How how does it work for them? You know, in terms
That's the thing that those are the kind of things that needs to just be discussed. And then it has to be a constant discussion because of the fact that things change. Things change, times change, finances change, people change.
I think I don't think the discussion is going to mean as much without the practice. You know what I mean? Like
Well, it has to happen first.
she could take it upon herself to be like, "Hey, man, I got the bills this month," just so she can see how it feels, what it looks like.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Just to relieve him of that. Just this one time, so she can get a chance to see what that actually looks like.
mm,
All the bills at one time. I got the rent, mortgage, or whatever,
uh-huh,
car payment, groceries. Just see what, especially if he's doing all of that himself.
mhm.
Let her just go ahead and exercise that one time, so she can see what it is he actually has to do
Oh,
in provision. You know what I'm saying? So you can talk about it, but until you've experienced it, that's like somebody going to
I don't
school.
think there's any woman that's going to voluntarily do that if there's already a system going
But see
of him.
that
She might,
but see
she
that
some might,
but see
but not every.
that's the issue. You know what I'm saying?
It
It's
has to do
easy,
with different
but
generations too, and
not
how people were
necessarily.
raised.
Think about it
Yes.
this way: if she just takes it upon herself, to say he's paid all the bills for these last 11 months.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pay all the bills this month.
Mhm.
Just try it. You say you don't think somebody's gonna readily do it. Of course, nobody's gonna readily do it, but just hit him with it one time, just to see what he's going through. Then you'll understand the pressure that is. You know what I mean? Like,
And then when the woman says, "Oh, if she got to do extra work," and you be like,
see, this is the issue. If she's working, he's already paying all the bills. She should have that money already saved.
"Oh, okay." If he's paying all the bills.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I said then she should be able to at one point just be like, hey, let me take care of business.
Mm,
So she can see the pressure he actually has on him to be able
mhm.
to make sure all of that is shaken.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, but sometimes it is.
So why do you think women shame a man if he's unable or if he falls or fails? Why do you think that is?
Why is he shamed?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it all boils down to, okay, well, what's going to happen now? And what is he going to do about it? So it's like if she doesn't see any action after the fail, it's like he's going to be looked at as, so he's not doing anything to help the situation. He's just going to sit and let it be a fail.
What if he's not sitting in it? What if he's trying but he
Then he
can't
shouldn't be
recover?
shamed.
That's not the issue. I asked, why do you think he is? If he's trying but he can't recover, why do you think he is saying?
No, I don't.
What do you
And
think
stuff
when
like that doesn't register to me because it shouldn't be that. So I don't know. We will have to have somebody sitting on the panel that actually shames their man for failing at something.
that's fair.
It doesn't register in my brain as something that should be done.
Okay. So the next question.
Especially if he's doing something to get out of it.
Okay. All right, that's fair. All right, so the next question you should ask yourself and your spouse is, does encouragement only happen when he performs?
Does encouragement only have how you gonna put it all the way up there? Does encouragement only happen when he performs? No, because
We're not talking about us. I mean, we can talk about us,
does
but I mean,
encouragement only
I'll I,
happen when he
I'll say this: if
performs?
you want to talk about us, it has taken 10 years for that to be prevalent in our marriage. Because in the beginning, you didn't see the reason behind it. That was what you said. You didn't see the reason for it,
No, I
and
didn't.
you didn't feel comfortable doing it, and you said you didn't understand why you should have to say things to keep somebody doing what they're supposed to do.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
And because naturally I'm not like a oh good job or kudos giving person, I guess.
right. But you fail to realize it's just those little bit of things. A lot of women
I
fail to
know.
realize that
Yeah,
those little bit
it
of
helps.
just little
Again, it's
babe.
a learning process
Just
to actually see
to
outside of
for a woman to tell a man I appreciate you, and all you do, make that motherfucker go Captain America on your ass right now.
hmm
He'll be able to take on the world. He'll go outside right now with his shirt off and just his shield and a baseball bat and be outside like I'm about to get busy because she appreciates me and what I'm doing out here. It's not for nothing. You know what I mean? So why do you think encouragement, even in the beginning of our marriage, why do you think that was that encouragement?
because I felt like you should have already known. Like if you do something, that's good. You're doing a good job. Like you should know that already. That's how I felt. Like keep it going, keep it going. Because I felt like sometimes certain things were just like a one time thing, and then it was just like a hit or miss after. So it's like just for example, say you helped clean up the house and made it in a whole it's a whole event. Oh, this day we're going to do some spring cleaning. And you did some spring cleaning, what you call spring cleaning, right? But 2 days later, I'm still cleaning. So it was just like,
That means you didn't finish the job you started.
oh, Jesus. No, that's not what that meant. That's not what that means. That's not what that means at all.
That's what that means. That means you didn't finish in the first place. Um, but encourage him. You know what I mean? Like, give him words of affirmation. Let him know he's appreciated. Let him know you see him. Let him know you see his efforts. Let him know even if his efforts fall down and fail, you see him trying. You see him trying. The fact that you can see him trying and acknowledge that he's trying and getting it out the mud will help him to continue to go to the next mile to get it for you.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So another question you want to ask yourself and ask your spouse is when he opens up, does he get solutions or support? When he opens up, does he get solutions or support?
When he opens up, does he get solutions or support? It should be support mainly.
Should it be?
Yes. Because it depends on what you're opening up about, first of all. So if you're opening up about something like, hey, babe, I want to build us a house. Okay, excellent. Um, I'm here. And how are we gonna do this? Like, let's step one, step two, step three, right?
But aren't those solutions?
That's what I'm saying. It depends on what you're opening up about. It could be a both solutions and support. It
Okay,
could
well then give
be
me a situation or a situation where
like you
it
could be
just
like,
requires support.
hey, huh?
Give me a situation where it just requires support.
My boss is giving me a hard time. Um, they want me to do this, they want me to do this, or I gotta hire certain, these people, and then, the response should be, those bastards.
Fuck
Like,
them people.
fuck them motherfuckers.
I get you.
Do I need to come up there? That kind
Okay,
of
so
thing.
what if he opens up and says, um, I feel like I'm failing you. Where does he get that? Should he get support or should he get solutions?
That's just I'm not gonna support the fact that you feel like you're failing. I'm going to find out why you feel that way, and I'm going to try to uh, provide some encouragement, some wisdom to let you know that you're not failing me.
Then you're giving him support.
Oh,
You're not supporting the thought.
uh-huh.
You're supporting the latter. You're like, hey, you're not failing me. I believe in you. That's the support he needs. That's support right there. You know what I mean? With that type of support, he can find his own solution.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so another question you can ask yourself and your husband or your spouse,
Mm-hmm.
are you teammates or opponents? Because
Should
he
be
comes to you,
teammates.
if he comes to you and your immediate response is you're weak or you're I don't feel that way, especially if he comes to you about something you might have said or did that he feels a certain way about.
Mhm.
And your response is, I don't think I did that. Well, that's not what I did. You're just insecure or whatever the case may have been. Instead of listening, instead of listening to what he's saying and try to understand, some women immediately get on the defense.
Mhm.
And then now you're becoming his opponent instead of his teammate. And it's just like in basketball. If I'm the point guard and I give you the ball to let you know I'm being double teamed, but you give it back to me while I'm being double teamed, we don't score that way. I need you to be able to help me to get these two motherfuckers the ball for me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So instead of me coming to you and being like, listen, I feel this way about this, and you said this, or I give you the ball and you got a wide open layup, but you take the jump shot and you miss it. And I'm like, yo, I needed you to go put a layup right then. Well, I take the jump shot because this, and this, and this, and now we aren't on the same team. We're opponents now. You know what I mean? You're not being on the defense instead of listening to what I needed from my partner in order to help us to go forward. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So what do you think what do you think of ways wives can support their husband's mental wellness?
And provide an atmosphere for him to be able to release tensions Ask questions, talk, have conversations. Uh, Normalize emotional honesty.
What does that look like?
Being honest. First of all, be honest about your feelings, be honest about your thoughts. Like, oh my God. I don't know why people just can't be honest about everything.
I mean, but the issue is if he's honest about his thoughts, are you able to take it? There are a lot of women that aren't able to take when he's honest about his thoughts or honest about how he feels about something. If he's feeling like
She ain't supposed to always be able to take everything that you have to say. Just say it. So what?
no,
She don't have to.
what I'm saying
She
is
just has to listen.
I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about when I say take it, I mean take it without being defensive, without starting an argument. Try to listen and understand, as opposed to if he says something that he's feeling emotion and it triggers her, can she hold herself to try to understand where this is coming from? That's what I mean by trying to take it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like maybe she isn't able to take what he's saying because he's saying something that she may have done or said or missed a boat on or something of that nature or his correction is his protection and she doesn't feel like she needs to be corrected or she doesn't feel like she's done anything wrong or something of that nature.
Hmm.
And she can't take it then. You know what I mean? You have to be able to take that emotional honesty. You know, um, what other ways can a wife support?
Notice behavior changes, not just words. Encourage therapy, friendships, rest. Protect intimacy from becoming only logistics and parenting.
So I think we should talk about that. Um, the effect of what could happen to a man when he isn't truly able to release his what he's thinking mentally or how he's feeling emotionally. Because how he's feeling emotionally can definitely play with how he's mentally dealing with it, especially if he can't get it off of.
Mhm.
And the truth is there are a lot of men that commit suicide. Uh, a lot of men commit suicide, especially in marriage.
In
Um,
marriages.
yeah. Um, you know, you know, like I said, in the US, men die by suicide at nearly 4 times the rate of women. You know what I mean? It's scary. Men account for roughly 80% of suicide deaths, despite being half the population.
Mhm.
I mean, like at home, if a man can't really like he's getting his ass kicked at work all day, every
Mhm.
day, 5, 6 days a week. And he's coming home to somebody who doesn't appreciate him, who browbeats him, telling him what he's doing isn't enough. The children don't respect him because of things the mother has put in his head. And there are men who go through this. I'm not saying all women do this. There are some shitty women out here, just like there's some shitty men. But there are men that go through a lot
Mhm.
more than women like to admit. It's just research has found that divorced and separated men have more than double the suicide risk compared with married men after adjusting to their other factors. Because yeah, think about it. When a man gets divorced, more often than not, the wife is taking everything, taking the children, taking the house, the cars. He has to pay alimony, child support. He's living in a one-bedroom apartment with a the putt, barely making it to work. Eating ramen noodles, hot dogs. He's barely surviving. Nobody gives a shit about that.
Mhm. That's the world we live in.
It's ass. You know what I mean? So, he loses relationship. He's in isolation. He don't have nobody. Identity shifts. You know what I mean? He has no support networks. It's and see, like, nobody accounts for these things for a man. Nobody holds that care in the road. I wonder why he killed himself. He was just such a nice guy. He's sweetie, took care of home, but y'all don't know is what he was going. He didn't feel safe to release those emotions. His wife took half of everything he had, and even if she didn't, and they're in the house, and he doesn't feel appreciated, he doesn't feel wanted, he doesn't feel needed. He's busting his ass for nothing. That's how he feels. And one day he just on the way home from work, he just drives off the embankment. Like, fuck am I going home to? It happens. As you clearly see, it's 80%. 4 times the amount that women. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, so marriage doesn't automatically protect the mental health. A healthy marriage it can be productive. A disconnected or a high conflict marriage can become another source of stress. So just because you're married doesn't mean that, you know, you're automatically mentally in a place of happiness and peace. You know what I mean? Y'all have
Right.
to put in the work.
Together. Mhm.
So I'm gonna ask you this question. Do you know what my stress level is? What do you think my stress level is from 1 to 10? And also ask yourself, whoever's listening and watching, your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband or your wife. Ask yourself first, and then ask them, what do you think their stress level is from 1 to 10?
I think your stress level hmm, goes out the window when you leave work. No, I think because you don't have no stress when you go home. It's on zero
Mm,
when you go home.
mm.
No, maybe like a maybe 5, 6 overall.
What would make you think that?
Hmm?
What would make you think that?
If you stress then you hide it well.
What would make you think? What
Mm.
would you make? What do you think I would be
I'm
stressed
just
out?
saying because of the fact that you have to get up and work, you have to deal with employees, you have to um the stuff that you deal with at work is more I think is stressful. But then taking care of home, it's pretty much like the bills or if they just did construction in the house and You gotta worry about that. And like as a backup, do we have to move or if shit doesn't get fixed or but um
So with that being said, what the fuck do you think my stress level is on?
I don't think it's like a 8, 9, or 10.
It's close to a 7. Because until, like I said, it has gone down because they did fix the floor.
Mm-hmm.
He did put the concrete down and things like that. But there's still some work that needs to be done and
Mm-hmm.
fixed and fucking finished. Uh, you know, plus still paying bills and like I
Yeah.
said, and
But the bills are getting paid.
yeah,
So it's
no,
not
yeah,
as
it's not
stressful
the fact that they're
as
getting paid. It's the fact I keep having to pay these bitches. Shit, sick of
well, I be telling you all the time, like, we don't have to
it.
pay
Just the
bills.
fuck we do. What we gonna do?
Uh,
Be nomads and walk
but
around and live outside?
exactly,
Get the fuck
exactly.
out of
But
here!
that's this the life you want. So
Look, running around here dressed like
I be trying to
Kanye
give
West
you
models in paper bags and
ideas,
shit, burlap sacks.
but you're not down for it. Like we can go easily, live in the woods, build our
So
own shit.
you gonna hunt squirrels and shit with it?
Hell
Okay,
no.
what the fuck are we
I
talking
don't
about?
eat squirrel.
If we living in the woods, guess what
I'm
the
gonna
fuck
eat the
else?
trees or plants. I ain't eating no fucking animals. What happens if you go on vegan?
Yeah, this you see
What happened to you going? You were supposed to be going
you see
vegan
what I'm dealing with.
two
You see what I'm
weeks
dealing with, folks.
ago.
Send help. Send help.
You're
Send
not stressed?
send help.
You're not stressed though.
Help. Send help. I'm not stressed for real. So when was the
When
last
was the last
time?
time you asked me how are you really? Oh, I asked you
Yes, when was the last
yesterday.
time you asked me how am I really yesterday?
Hmm. How are you really? See, I just asked you. But I asked you, how you doing? How you doing?
No,
How you doing?
listen to the. When was the last time you asked me how are
How are
you
you?
really?
I don't ask it like that. I'll be like, "Babe, you okay?"
But see, when I ask those questions, it's
We're
how
not talking about.
no,
No,
but
we're
see,
not talking
that's
about.
part of asking your spouse.
But we're not
I
talking.
ask you how are you
We're
mentally.
talking about men's mental
Okay,
health.
right, okay.
So I
So,
do ask.
but see, this
But
is
like
the
I said, you also willingly give information at 6. It could be 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still asleep. Hey, I had this crazy dream.
but
Okay,
the dream has nothing to do
I ain't
with
even
how I'm
up yet.
feeling. The dream has nothing to
Sometimes
hold up. The dream has nothing to do with how I'm feeling outside of that. Uh, there could be some extenuating circumstances that have caused that dream. There could be some factors from the outside, from a waking world that have caused that
I'm
dream.
just saying how open you can be
Right, but that doesn't mean I've been
already.
completely open. Yeah, I mean, see, and
But
this
it
is
feels like it to me
right, and it
because
feels like it to you. But
you
see,
already
the fact that, and see, like, and see, this is what a lot of women go into as well. It feels like he's being that way to me because he's communicating
so
to a
okay.
degree.
So let me tell you, let me just explain it. I'm gonna break it down. It's I'm going to approach the situation if you totally stopped talking. Like if you had 2 hours and we're just like real quiet, real standoffish, then I'm gonna be like, okay, what's up? What's going on with you? Because you are a natural talker, right? And sometimes it takes me a while to process certain things because of how much you're giving. right? So it's not going to automatically come out as, oh, babe, how are you doing really? Because you've already given me a lot of information. Okay. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, if you just finished explaining to me what you was going through for the day or the morning, whatever, and then a couple of hours later you got more information. Then a couple of hours you got more information. When you come home, I'm not gonna be like willingly, hey, how are you feeling really? Because you've already pretty much told me for the day. So you have to kind of let me process.
Okay, so this is what I need you to understand. Just because I've told you what happened during the day doesn't necessarily mean I gave you the
I'm not
information.
saying necessarily. I was just giving that as an example. You
Right,
probably did tell me how you were feeling.
but what I'm saying is you may have heard how I felt about it, but you don't know how it made me feel.
Mm.
If you get that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I thought this was some bullshit, this, and this. After I said this is some bullshit, internally I could be like, these motherfuckers don't really value me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't truly understand what it is I'm trying to do for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I can tell you, I can give you the surface level, but there's still deeper.
It might still be deeper.
Yes.
Makes it
And see, like that's what a lot of women don't get. Well, you told me this.
But a lot of women don't have spouses that talk a lot or are willingly emotional or verbal either.
But then pay attention what he says when he says something.
Right.
He doesn't
I
he
agree
doesn't
with that.
necessarily have to say a lot. Like Wu Tang saying, keep it brief, son. Half short, twice strong.
But you're not keeping nothing brief.
But I'm talking about for somebody else. We ain't just talking about us. I'm talking about for somebody else. Pay attention what he's saying. If it's half short, listen to the strength of it.
Mm-hmm.
Half short, twice strong.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, he could be like, yeah, my boss acting like a bitch right now. He doesn't, he's doing this, and this. I'm sorry you're going through that, babe.
Mm-hmm.
That's service level bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
To him, it's like put a band aid on a machete slice. Yeah, I mean, because inside he's feeling unappreciated, but he can't quit his job because he knows that he's providing. He feels disrespected, but he has to take the disrespect because he don't want to see the hurt on your face if he fails to do so.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of women don't understand. He's the shit he has to actually go through to make sure that you're happy. Like he will die to himself. He's feeling fucking like shit at work. They don't understand how he put the disrespect he feels. A woman doesn't understand the disrespect a man takes at work because if it was a motherfucker in the street disrespected him at the fashion he feels like he's being disrespected at work, he'd probably go to his ass and probably be furniture moving. But he can't do that because he has to protect and provide for his family.
Mm-hmm.
So he's sitting and he's pondering and he can't take the time to get another job right now because in that space that the foundation is going to start to crack and fumble, and then she's going to start getting worried, and then now there's more pressure on him to find another job. She doesn't understand that. So he just tells you, oh, these motherfuckers at the job tripping. He feels unappreciated. It's busting his ass because he knows he's worth more than what they're telling him he is. And then if you just give him a little pat instead of finding out, well, how do you feel about that? How does that make you feel?
Mhm.
The fact that you want to know how does that make him feel and help him to relieve something. You know what I mean? So, in closing, I say strong men still need support. Strong marriages don't happen because nobody struggles. They happen because both people make room for each other's humanity.
Okay.
You know what I mean? What are your final thoughts on what women can do?
Just take care of your man. Take care of your man, and he'll take care of you.
No, give them something that they can do to go ahead and
They
start
know that.
starting putting into practice. They can just, but see, this is the problem. Maybe they don't know what you mean by saying take care of your man,
And that's
because
what
they
they
could
can, and they
because
can email us at venomandvisionthepodcast.com at gmail.com
yes,
to
that's
get
where
some
we're going.
answers.
Yes, there we go. Get to the fucking part. There we go. High five.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's what I'm
Just
talking about.
your girl has to do a lot to be on this camera. Oh my gosh, I'm tired.
Me
And
too, girl. I do so
we both
much.
have long
I
days.
gotta make sure my head ain't extra
Oh
shiny.
Lord.
Put a little powder on it. Mm-hmm. It's hard work,
You know what?
baby.
Thank y'all
Mm.
for tuning in.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. Thank you for coming out. God
God bless
bless.
you. Good night.
Good night.
You know what else